What's up, gamers? Today we are doing a vault video again. I actually got a good bit of keys done this last week, and I just want to walk through each of my characters, open up their vaults, and kind of just like talk about what's going on with each character and kind of just plans going forward. We have a couple of characters I only got one key done just to kind of get a vault in. Our mage, warrior, and monk though have a few more options in the vault, but let's start off with the druid actually. We're getting to the point in the season where pretty much you can just grind alts. You're able to pretty much almost it feels like you can infinitely grind crests just because to get to cap is almost impossible. The spark catch up is insanely fast. You're going to get pretty much every other dungeon. You're going to be able to craft a piece of gear. You can make 4 set pretty much right away. So if you're willing to put in the time and the effort into a character, you can pretty much get it caught up as quick as possible. Now, obviously, there's some caveats with that. You have to obviously be able to get into keys and get into content, and sometimes that could be gate kept by item level. Looks like I got Midas Talisman on my Guardian Druid, which I'm okay with. It's not as good compared to like Brewmaster or Vengeance DH, but free auto attack damage isn't the worst thing in the world for single target. So we'll be able to replace some of our old gear. My Guardian Druid's pretty out of date, as you can tell. I'm still wearing my old 4 set. I think this is the first key that I did this entire season. I just did an 18 last night with some of my guildies and able to get that done. Alts can pretty much just be like spammed. I'm starting to work on a lot more of my characters. Earlier on, it just doesn't feel as needed to start working on everything. I like to focus on just like 1 or 2 characters, which was my pretty much my warrior and my monk. My warrior I've been ignoring a little bit. I can easily get up to like 475, 480 item level on my warrior. I just haven't like done the crafts yet, though I'm sitting on a ton of crests and all this stuff. But as the next, as we approach or go through the rest of the season, I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing what I can to get all of my other tanks geared. I'd like to start playing them a little bit more. I'm aiming for like the 20 to 22 range. I think it's very feasible this season to hit 22s, 20 to 22s. 20s this season feel ridiculously easy for whatever reason. Not sure if it's just like how our characters are scaling or if it's dungeon design, but the strength of a lot of different characters feels like, or our characters feels really high. For example, I was playing with some people who were fairly geared, but even 18s last night on my 440 tanks had almost no problem. I had a little bit of issue on my DH with threat, but that's what I get for playing like with a rep paladin. And yeah, while I hate to admit it, I'm going to have to start playing some more meta-esque tanks. I'm not a big fan of playing meta, mostly because all of the tanks feel so good right now, no matter what you're playing, that it feels bad to lack the utility on Brewmaster, for example. I've talked about this a bit, like on stream and in like Discord channels and stuff, but I feel like I've been kind of capped on the Brewmaster in terms of pugging. Basically anything higher than a 25, I'm just not getting into. And I don't know if it's just I need to list my own key, which I have done in the past, but I also have bad luck with that too. It's unfortunate that like Brewmaster feels really good, Prot Warrior feels really good, and yet people will always gravitate towards whatever's best and whatever looks best on the leaderboard. Yeah, and if I want to pug higher than that, I'm going to have to play something that's a little bit better. So I'm slowly starting to work on my Prop Paladin and my Vengeance Demon Hunter, though if I had to choose, I would probably end up playing the VDH. I just enjoy it more. The playstyle, especially this tier with the tier set, is so good. And I hope they keep the tier set in some type of iteration going forward, because while the talent build without the tier set, like what I'm playing now, is viable, I just think that it makes it so much better when you're playing with the new tier set. Alright, those characters are out of the way, so let's actually start talking about some of our characters that we've been working a little bit harder on. And I'm hoping this maybe gives some insight if you're looking to start a new character, or you're in the process of gearing one of these characters and you're wondering what to pull from your vault or what to do with crafts or anything like that. So here's our Prot Warrior. I think I only ended up doing 4 keys last week. So I should have 2 vault options. I am 464, but I have, again, like a ton of crests, 180 dreaming. I'm also sitting on a good bit of gear in my bag still, and I have all 4 crafts. And this week, we unlock our 5th craft. We're going to go protection. I'm not looking for anything massive. A cloak would be nice. It's like the one thing that I'm still missing. We do have a high mastery, low haste ring. I don't think I'll take this because mastery is a pretty bad stat for prot. We then have a mythic tier chest, which I'll probably just take because it's a big upgrade over the heroic chest that I'm currently wearing. If not, I could take coins, but coins won't really get me anything. So we're going to take the chest piece here. The mastery just doesn't scale well for the prot warrior, like at all. You're still pretty much going full haste crit, or sorry, haste verse, with crit being that next stat due to both damage as well as parry. Mastery just hasn't been that great, especially like in a season where there's a lot more like magical damage, spell cast dots. You can't really block that kind of stuff. While Mastery does give attack power, it just doesn't scale as good as other stats. So I will have to upgrade this at some point, but we are now still 464. But this is a character that pretty much at any point I'm going to send 5 crafts. 3 of them can already be 486, which will help me replace like my neck and my cloak, for example, and maybe my bracers for engineering. We'll see. So we have some options on the warrior still. I said this in my last fall video. The mage is a class I've been working on because I do generally like playing range a little bit more. And it's currently similar to tanking. I just feel like it's very difficult to get into keys if you're not playing a meta DPS. So I wanted to basically pick a class that I A, wanted to play, and B, was relatively meta. I'm not a big fan of Havoc DH. I'm not a big fan of Windwalker. I didn't really want to heal this season. And if I had to choose between tanking on VDH and playing a class that I actually am interested in, I would rather do that. So it looks like we have Mythic Track Cloak, which would be kind of okay, though I did craft a 463 cloak. We also have Crit Mastery Shoes, which don't look any better in the Catalyst anyways. And then we have just Hero Track Shoulders, which I have crafted shoulders, which I plan on bumping up. So what I think I take here is actually going to be Cloak. For 2 reasons. It's on the Mythic track, and it has haste on it. Crit's not a bad stat. You typically want a little bit more versatility. You're aiming for about 40-ish, 41% haste, which puts you right around like the 6k mark. And then basically the rest of your stats wants to go into like verse and a little bit of crit. Mastery is like not bad, but a lot of your mastery you're going to get from either just like tier pieces or from a pretty common embellishment being the silken lining. So let's head over to the cast. I just want to see what this turns into. I know I should have looked this up online, but it's probably the only piece I would take anyways. And I don't think I have anything that's worth socketing in the current state. So at the Catalyst, lucky enough, this does turn into a high haste, low verse cloak up from a haste crit, which I think I'm going to prioritize over the current haste crit. Though I should probably wait to do this, but I'm going to just send it. I don't really have any other pieces that I want to catalyze into tier. Arguably, this chest piece, but I'll regret that later. I just realized that this cloak was never enchanted either. Damn. Okay, last but not least, we have the monk. I have been playing a lot more Windwalker lately. I don't find it fun to sit in queue for hours trying to get into a group, just for it to end up falling apart after like one mistake. Just, you know, pugs have a little bit more of an elitist mindset in terms of that. So we've just been playing Windwalker in like 18s to 23s, and I've been having a blast. But we are going to be rolling Brewmaster here. I did 2 mythic bosses because my guild extended and we cleared 2, and then we're now on Smolderon. And then I got 20s, like 18s and higher across the board. So I should have mythic track in all my slots for the dungeon, and then I have 2 heroic slots. If I'm lucky, Fearx Heart. But if not, we're just going to pray for some kind of direct upgrade. But I'm not against the socket either. All right, so dude, I get these every fucking week, man. I'm getting so tired of this. I have Mythic Pants. This would be a small upgrade, but I would lose out on the massive amount of Leech. I also have a Mythic Chest. Also would lose out on a ton of Leech from taking this, and my chest is already Mythic. Crit Mastery bracers. Not bad bracers, but I am running the Battle Res bracers anyways. And then we also have 2 heroic weapons. The one, I don't remember which one this is from. Agira or something? Not Agira. I don't remember where the scythe is. But Roshan. Roshan isn't bad, but it's on the hero track. And I don't know, Thorncaller's Claw kind of pumps. And then we have Mythic Pants again. I don't know what to do here, because I could upgrade the Mythic Pants, but then I would lose out on the Leech. And I think the main stat would technically be better here, 6 item levels. But I also have Socket as an option for my ring, my Mythic Track ring. I would lose, so I'm at 8% Leech right now. I would go down to 5% Leech if I replace these pants. I'm not against it. I feel like it'd be better to just take pants instead of going Socket. I think Socket on ring is a much smaller item, like upgrade, than it would be to get just warders. So we're going to go pants here. I'm going to just have to bite the bullet and lose the Leech. That kind of sucks. I've been looking for this Sphere X Heart Trinket since the start. My guild's never seen it drop. I've only seen it drop once in a pug, and I think it was an LFR, so whoop-de-doo. You know what's... oh, I don't need to catalyze these, I forgot. And we're going to upgrade this. So like I said before, the only thing that we get this week is a craft. So make sure you're picking up your quest in... I don't even remember the name of the place in the Emerald Dream. Oh, here we go. Is it actually called a Myrtlesil? I thought this was a Myrtlesil. Yeah, you want to just pick up your quest there. And you'll be looking Gucci. I don't even, like, a craft doesn't even raise my item level at all. Alright, anyways, good luck in your vaults this week, guys, and I will catch you all very soon. Peace.